Boom.
Boom.
Boom shakalaka.
Cha cha
Man.
cha.
Cha cha
Man,
cha.
shout out to Texan Whale for hooking up the countdown intro with Metroid. I was mesmerized when I was just that whole 5 minute. I was watching the game. I was quite enjoying it. Was that you actually playing? Was that your gameplay footage?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't make it that long. I'd probably, for whatever reason, I'm not really good at Metroid. Never have been, but I never really invested. I was more of a Zelda type of guy, but was always fascinated with it. In fact, when I was actually setting that up, I was doing a little bit of background history on Metroid and everything, and I had no idea that it was a female.
Yeah. Stay woke.
Man, talk about that, man! I tell you what,
Oh, love it,
but
love it.
yeah, folks, welcome back. We got a good one for you tonight, and of course, with me, every man wants to be him, and every woman wants to be with him. Brawnz,
The most
welcome back,
interesting man.
Brawnz.
Well, good, good. Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. Another week, another swing. Last week was different. Now it's a different story. The Bitcoin, we'll get into that, but yeah, it's other stuff. It just the space just moves too fast. It just goes by the day.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
Well,
never stagnant.
that's it. Another Bart Simpson day. Dope.
Oh,
I think that's more of a Homer dope,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, the whole up and down we go. We'll be talking about we'll be talking about the chart here in just a little bit, but of course, before we get started, folks, don't forget to like,
Like,
subscribe, and comment below. Every little bit helps.
yeah,
There it is.
right.
So, of course, tonight, folks, we'll be going right back into that chart. As Braun said, it's been one wild ride over the past month or so, and up and down we go. But we'll be covering that. We'll be getting into the grayscale victory over the SEC. BitBoy news. That's
Ooh,
interesting turn of events.
yes,
And then we'll be getting into our favorite NFL football teams.
yes. It's that time again.
It is,
Football
man. I
season.
can almost feel cold air. Well,
Oh yeah,
almost. I mean, we got down into the 70s the other day, so that was nice.
yeah,
I mean, at night?
yeah. At night. Actually, it was last night. I think I was looking at the super blue moon last night. It was not super blue at all. But yeah, it was a little cool. I think it was like 79.
Yeah, definitely got below 80 at night. And if you ever want to experience that, folks, I don't recommend it. It's just not. No, it's hot. It is hot in
Yeah.
Houston. They say it's hot in Hotlanta. I challenge that. Been there, done
Hmm.
that. Why don't you folks come down here and see what real heat's all about? We call it Texas heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humidity.
Oh, it's like a jungle.
Hmm.
Indeed, indeed. Well, what do you say, Bronze? Why don't we jump right into this here?
Get to it.
Let's pull up the chart like we always do. Let me know that you see this. And here we go. One, a two, a one, two, and
Boom.
boom. There it is. Let me go ahead and spread this out a little bit so we get a little bit of better view.
Wow. What
Yeah, talk about
now
Bart
it's a
Simpson. There's Bart Simpson's head right there. I,
that should be a TA term. The
honestly, I
command
feel like it's
part.
going to be if we continue down with all of the analysis we've been getting over the past few years. Uh, as younger generations come in, we don't want to be talking about dead cat bounces anymore. We want to be talking about Bart Simpsons. Um, but I think that I think that's a strong possibility. Uh,
Yes.
well, if you take a look at this, we actually had a significant. It looks like a significant move last week. Now we're taking a look at the 1 hour chart. So where we were on the 24th, roughly about a week ago, if you recall, we were like, "Oh no, we're crashing."
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had this spike. We had this huge spike
Massive
because
spike.
of the news regarding Grayscale victory over the SEC, and it's just been downhill. But
Yeah.
well, take a look here. I feel like this is probably where we're going to reside. I felt like we were going to bounce up quickly last time, but
Hmm.
well, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Never financial advice, right? We don't have any crystal balls. Wait, I got
Mm.
I got balls of steel, but not made of crystal. Brawnz, what do you say? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of to be expected to have some retracement to level off, but I was feeling bullish. I mean, I was glad to see the pump, but yeah, the catalyst it can only do so much. People will take advantage off of those news. Was that buy the rumor, sell the news type deal, and this looks like would just happen. I was hoping it to like get to back to 30K, but it didn't hit that. But I'm good with around this levels. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, it there's only news. There's so much news can do. But with the news, it does open the floodgates of with like spot ETFs and more things. I'm waiting for this the BlackRock to happen. It's a lot of positive news in the space. It's opening up for it. So it's I believe it's going to go up, right? So but right now that's to be expected. So I didn't see any dips after crazy crash after this good news. So yeah, 26, 20, yeah, 26 is where I'm good, and it's still a good buy. Not financial advice, but if you want to get in, it's a good entry point.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. 26 is a good entry point. Shoot. 27, 28, 29, 30. I mean, if the spot ETF goes through and as what they're thinking, not only one but several, because once one gets approved, it kind of opens the floodgates for the rest,
Yep.
kind of sets that precedence. We should see this thing take off. And I was doing a little bit of research over the past week. Well, shoot, I don't feel like I ever stopped doing research, but there was the gold spot ETF. Have you seen what that chart looked like?
Mm-mm.
Let me see if I can find something here on that. This was a historical chart, and it shows the turning point where the ETF actually took was approved. Let
Okay.
me see if I can pull up that data. In the meantime, while I look that up, why don't we get into the grayscale victory over SEC? We got an article here. This was on CoinDesk. Let me pull this up. Come on now.
Come on.
Come on. Here we go. All right. So, and what they're kind of saying here, of course, is that they're setting the path for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, this was kind of a big win for the space overall, and this was actually this past Tuesday that the SEC had a review and was basically, well, federal court ruled that they reject SEC's view that Grayscale's attempt to convert should be should rather not be an ETF. So it's big news because it increases the likelihood of a Bitcoin spot ETF altogether. What's your thoughts on
Yeah.
this? You think this is a step in the right direction? I feel like it clearly is.
It clearly is. I mean, the sentiment with the SEC right now, the sentiment of SEC is like kind of like a negative. People are like, I mean, they're there supposed to protect, right? But with XRP winning and this winning is just a lot of more positive news in the space. And yeah, like you said, it's gonna open the floodgates. And when the floodgates are open, watch out, watch Bitcoin surpass its all time high in the near future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that as soon as we get some news now, I think really, and they say never really try to time the market, but man, if you are sitting on the sidelines right now and you're trying to get in right before this thing takes off, I don't know. I feel like there is no better time than now than to try to get in and really, I don't know. I feel like this is bottom. The ETF news, the spot ETF news happens, and this thing is taking off.
Right.
So, not financial advice, of course, but just something to you want to consider.
Yep.
Well,
Y-
all right. I can't find this. I should have had this up here earlier. I can't find the overall charts, but essentially, if you get an opportunity, guys, to get out there, if I find it maybe in between while we're talking here, we'll pull it back up. But once the gold spot ETF was approved, it was just a solid straight up. It was unstoppable
Right.
for a very long time.
Okay.
And the point was that it was able, more and more folks were able to get in, invest in it. More of the retail was able to get in,
Right.
the
Right.
normies. So if this thing gets pushed through this year, man, oh man, I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
we're headed beyond. That's all I gotta say. Beyond.
Yeah. I
I
want to
mean,
take a look. Yeah. After this, I do want to take a look at it because I want to see how high it went up and how you know how long did it sustain or what what the levels were. I mean, did it dip down after what the time period what was the time period if it did dip and things like that. But yeah, if it's correlated with Bitcoin, yeah, watch out. So yeah, it's the 95 percenters are gonna get more a piece of the pie of this, and when they do, it's just watch out.
yeah, absolutely. No, for sure. We'll go ahead and continue to try to find a good visual so that everyone understands kind of what is the potential here for this. Um, and I want to say, hold on, if this is accurate, let's see when did the spot ETF for gold?
That was like a while back, right? Like,
I mean, it was a while back, but I don't know if it was far back as we may think.
okay,
Let's see. Number one was the spot ETF 2004. Okay, so
okay,
now keep that in mind, right?
okay.
2004 was when it was approved. I'm going to go ahead and show you a chart here. And this is kind of going to illustrate a little bit what we're talking about. Let me pull this up
Digital
here.
gold and digital gold.
Now, let me see if I can zoom in on this. See how that looks. Let me go in a little bit more. How's that?
Oh, that's good.
All right. 2004, right here. And then it jumped. So it jumped four times, almost four times.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So if history repeats in it, if we are aligning with gold, then what we're talking about, and this was right. This was one of the big ETFs at the time, back way back 2004. Um, we're at this rates. We're talking a little over 100,000. I think I've seen a few calls for that actually. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I do see like it was leveled off between like 2015 to 2020, and then it shot back up.
Yep, there was a retracement. Hold on, let me pull that back up here. There was a retracement afterwards. Obviously, things can't go up forever.
Right. So I
And let's
think
see if there's
I
any
guess it was
correlation.
correlated. It was like part of like the bull run, I guess, but on around the
Well,
2020
but
when
think
Trump
about
got
it.
in.
Look at this, right? So it's 2007. 2007, there was a bit of a retracement. That was when 2007, 2008, that's when the market crashed.
Mm.
But it then continued its epic rise to just under 2000. Retracement roughly around 2012. And what happens is when you have a stellar consumer markets, less emphasis gets put on the well, an asset class like this, and more money starts to leave that asset and starts to go elsewhere. At that point, we started to see more of the rise of Google. And now, Google, of course, was early on and it continued to rise, but there was a lot of tech giants that were still now starting to take away from gold. Money was getting reinvested. The rich made their gains on it, started dumping it into companies like Apple, Google, etc., and of course international markets. And now what we're starting to see is that safeguard. Folks start to feel uncomfortable with the current state of affairs and it puts their money back into something a little bit more safe. And
Nice.
as we talk about Bitcoin being what it is as an asset class, it makes sense that folks will start to identify digital currencies, digital assets as the next evolution in the financial markets. But
Yeah, definitely.
that's just my 2 cents on that,
Yeah.
Bronze.
Yeah, I mean, look at like grayscale. I mean, this week I heard about uh, grayscale investing into uh, the top four. I mean, four out of the top five um, Bitcoin miners companies. I mean, if if you don't think that's bullish, I don't know what is. I know I've said that in the past, but if you have BlackRock, a management with that manages 11 trillion dollars in assets and going in on Bitcoin, that should indicate something to you and what they do. So yeah, that's my 2 cents too as well. It's just it's huge. It's the next phase. So um, do your own research, see what you like, but big things are definitely coming. So
Yeah, yeah, and there was with all the news that was coming out and all of the potential tax rules and guidelines. And Bronze, you kind of spoke about this last week. If you guys were with us talking about MetaMask and what that looks like for that space, they talked about Uniswap and some of the new rules for the centralized exchanges. Now, of course, these are the rules here in the states, folks. But you know, as with most things, what the United States does with financial markets, realistically, the rest of the world follows because of us being such that financial powerhouse. Um, Let me share this article. This talked about some of those laws, and you spoke about minors. I don't think it's any coincidence when you have some of the largest miners out there from some of the largest companies uh, getting in or already doing or mining for years. Realistically, I've seen some articles where they've been mining for back even when they were
yeah,
saying that it was nothing more than a way to evade taxes and or launder money. They were starting to mine, and now they're saying that based off of the new proposed laws, there's going to still be there's no focus on mining. I don't think that's coincidental.
wow.
Um, and I think that I think that there's reason behind it. You had said yourself, BlackRock has how many of the
Four
top four,
invested, yeah.
top four.
Yeah, I mean,
Coincidence?
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, BlackRock is powerful. They have they have power. Some would say, they have a lot of influence in the political space. Uh, so, uh, yeah,
Yeah,
coincidence, maybe.
I think not. Well, all right. So we got that going on. Now we also had some news in the entertainment space for
Ah.
crypto. We had BitBoy. Those of you who know BitBoy, Ben Armstrong out there. Let me pull up this article. This is on Cointelegraph, and there's been some changes. So Ben
Shit.
is no longer associated, is no longer included with the BitBoy crypto brand. So,
Yeah, that's
which
wild.
is wild, right?
It's
Because he is BitBoy.
Yeah, it's a coup. I
It's
would
a
say,
coup.
and I really, I mean, there's just only speculation. I mean, right, we're in the speculation market, saying that he relapsed, and it feel like it was a big setup. I mean, they were planning this. They just basically just shut the door on him. I mean, his own brand. Imagine like you're the face of a company, or yeah, you are the brand, and you get kicked out or fired out of your
Mhm.
own brand. That's just. I mean, do you think BitBoy the brand is going to continue? I mean, it will, but will it have that power like where the
Well,
originator, the face is not no longer there? That's just absurd to me. And I mean, yeah, I wish him all the best. But there's some content out there. He's out there in certain podcasts and Telegram. He's not speaking much, but he's basically saying he's gonna return,
well,
and
I
there's
I
some
feel like there's
rumblings.
no doubt. There's no doubt. I mean, this is his roots. This is he knows how to start something like this and make it successful. It says here, right, parent of Hit Network, which controls the BitBoy crypto brand, has ties with its public face, Ben Armstrong, citing issues surrounding substance abuse and financial damage to employees. I wonder what financial damage to employees means.
Hmm.
Now, I know that he did start a coin recently, or a project, and that may have something to do with it.
Now,
But
no, I heard he didn't directly. It was indirect. Like somebody, a developer or whatever, made the meme coin, but then they, his company bought it out.
yeah, well, but there it is. I mean, if okay, so he maybe didn't start it then, as far as
Mm.
the crypto project, but if he was an influence on purchasing it and then mismanaged it in some form or fashion, maybe this is better for him. Maybe this is better for him to walk away as opposed to maybe them. I don't know,
Yeah,
pressing charges.
yeah. I mean, for me, I guess I'm always I'm more of an optimist. Yeah, I mean, Bit Boy Ben Armstrong can. I believe he can rebrand. I think he can rebuild. It's just funny. It's just this is around the bear market, and now he has time to build it up just in time for the bull market, and he might be bigger and arm stronger. No pun intended. I feel that I have a clip I can share. It was Ivan kind of shared it out. Ivan on tech. Uh, uh, Ben Armstrong kind of like he didn't really go into detail too much, but he did touch on his situation. Let's have a listen here.
Yeah, and I would like to just say one more thing here, real quick. I see some people in the comments talking about addressing allegations. Guys, I have not relapsed. I have not relapsed. That is a lie. Here is what they've done. Um, Justin Williams and TJ have cooked up this plot because I take diet pills. I take phentermine. Anybody can look this up. Everybody knows. My wife knows. Cassie knows. Everybody knows phentermine is a weight loss pill that you take. There's a weight clinic that's been part of how I've been able to take all this weight off and keep it off, and they've been bringing this up as an issue to me, and now they've gone so far as to say that taking it's not over the counter, it's definitely prescription, but taking this phentermine, and they've tried to trap me several times in the last couple of weeks and be like, "Are you taking something else?" And be like, "No, it's diet pills." I act a little erratic. You guys, if you've ever seen erratic behavior on my channel, it's because I've been taking those diet pills, and everybody knows it. It's not a secret, and that's what they're trying to put out there. They're trying to put out there that I've relapsed, and they've been accusing me of doing cocaine and all kinds of stuff, and it's just factually incorrect.
I pause it there for just a second. Yeah, you know, I mean, shoot, I know plenty of people that are actually taking that. In fact, even myself at one point, it is something to control and suppress appetite. I mean, if that is truly the angle that they are trying to play here, then one would wonder because as I understand it, everything is here in the states. I feel like he could probably sue the pants right off of these folks.
Yeah,
You know,
I think so too. Yeah, he didn't really go to too deep on it. I guess he kind of just wanted to clear his name a little bit, and then he's gonna go into some legal action. Yeah, we'll see. But it seems like it was, yeah, a coup. It was very calculated on how it just doesn't make sense though. Like why would they risk something like that? They would ruin their whole company, their whole brand, off just to kick the face of the company out. It's just like Apple kicking out. Well, I mean, Steve Jobs did leave, but then they,
well,
they brought him
that
back.
was a coup as well.
So maybe it's something like
Man,
that.
well, sure, but you know, it's I can see the comparison. The difference, of course, is that it's BitBoy. He's BitBoy.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't like Steve Jobs brand. It wasn't,
right,
you know, get your Steve Jobs iPhone. It was Apple.
right.
Um, it is the strangest damn thing, but I don't know. I think that it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And honestly, love him or hate him, he is a face in some very large circles. In fact, he actually was one of the first ones I started listening to. Now I did turn away from him because I feel like he can be a bit of a joker. I have a tendency to be a little bit more serious, and you know, I liked Ivan and how he played his hand, and Carl Moon. These are the guys that I really kind of I turned towards. But BitBoy was one of the first that kind of turned me on to the concept of Ethereum. And, you know, it was one of those where I could actually turn to get a better understanding of the space. So he was, for me, you know, I think that I would love to see him, I don't know, continue on. And
Yeah,
now, of course, if something comes out where it's just, I don't know, it's just crushing to the space, and he really has to leave. Well, then I understand,
hmm,
but we'll have to see how this all plays out.
yeah. Very interesting. It's really not a dull moment. When you think there's a dull moment, really, there really isn't in the crypto space. I mean, yeah, the chart can be sideways, but there's a lot of things going on in the background, and it continue. There's so many building, projects building and innovation in this space. So, but yeah, shout out to Ben Armstrong. Yeah, we'll see what happens, and it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see how it all plays out, but I don't know, sir. What do you say? You want to
Yeah,
maybe kick it up a notch? I
yeah.
got my
There
this is
you
my
go.
backyard. You know,
Yeah. Are you
yeah.
ready for some
Are you
football?
ready? What is it? Thursday nights
Oh
football.
yeah, yeah.
Man, that's probably why. Man, I got to get my guitar out and start playing on my banjo, and we'll. I don't know. Whatever. I'm moving on. All right. So what we did was Brawnz and we have different viewpoints on our fan base for what football brand or team we are after. Now, I know Texan Whale. Why would I be a fan of the New York Jets? Man, oh man, but I am. So born and bred in the Northeast. Family was it was passed down from generation. I say a generation because realistically, they haven't been around that long. Um, Jets came about in the very late 50s. They started out as the Titans. In fact, they still own the rights to the name. So they were founded as the Titans of New York. And when Tennessee picked up the name, we still get royalty for that.
Whoa.
Boom.
Oh. I like that. Wow.
Strangest damn thing. I mean, I agree.
Awesome.
Now, 1959 was when they were founded, Titans, and then therefore, very shortly after, they became the New York Jets, and they were playing at that time in the Polo Grounds up in New York, and they actually were able to make it to the Super Bowl very early in their career. And it was very early for the Super Bowl as well. It was actually Super Bowl III in 1963.
Oh.
And this goes way, way back. I actually have a clip here. Joe Namath talking about his chances on the Super Bowl. And we'll just play a little bit here. I won't play the whole thing. It's 3 minutes, but we'll just kind of listen to the first half or so on his take on his chances. Let's see what he's got to say here. Let me know that you can see that. I'm going to go ahead and get this full screen. And let me know that you can hear it. Broadway Joe.
I think we got a heck of a shot of winning. We beat anybody in the world, and I think we're going to win next Sunday.
Yes, Namath is on the hot seat. Most of the pressure is on him. He has said that the Jets are going to win. He doesn't even predict it. He said, I guarantee a Jet victory.
Attitude is a whole lot in life. And I had a terrific attitude about that game.
I know we're going to win. I have that attitude. I feel that way, and it's not overconfidence thing. It's football sense.
Talking about guaranteeing we're going to win, yeah, that's right. That's the way we felt.
Boom.
Boom.
And he was right. He led them to a victory. Now he saw some of the signs in the stadium calling him a hippie. I mean, it's true. His hair went over his ear. So, hippie. But now I don't know. I feel like that was a bit far-fetched. I think that they were a young team at that time, Super Bowl III, and they were going up against a well-seasoned team. It was the Oakland Raiders, and they were actually playing. Just so happens that it was in New York. It was not at the Polo Grounds. It was in Shea Stadium. That was back when the New York Metropolitans, you guys know them as the New York Mets, had their Shea Stadium appearance, and it was one of those things that it must have been really a sight to see. New York team, young like that, playing in a New York stadium.
Man,
So-
I just realized that was the short of the Mets. That's how they got their Metropolitans.
That's still their name. It's
Oh.
just everyone calls them the Mets.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Now, it's one of those things that, especially in the area, and I think there's that tie, because typically, if you like the Jets, you also like the Mets. And that doesn't necessarily go for me. I am a Yankees fan and a Jets fan, which doesn't really jive in a lot of families. But in my family, My wife is a New York Yankees fan, so we align that way, but she is a New York Giants fan, and we do not align. Shoot, we still fight over the name of the stadium.
Yeah.
It used to be called New York Giants Stadium or Giant Stadium, which happened to be in New Jersey. And now it's MetLife Stadium, which now I humbly call the New York Jets Stadium. Oh, and by the way, it's still in New Jersey. Go figure.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's all
Yeah.
backwards, sir. But we
Yeah.
got one heck of a year coming up for us. We got a
Yes.
pretty significant roster. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here, just give these folks a little bit of visual. We have a tendency to kind of go after, I don't know. I don't want to say old, but I wonder if we get someone that's a little bit more seasoned in here. And what they like to do, we had Brett Favre back in the day. Now we have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yes. Good old
And
cheesehead himself. Let me zoom in on this.
and you would think like, yeah, he's I mean, yeah, he's basically in his twilight, but man, he's still like a top QB in the league, like no doubt. It's just a significant boost for for your team.
Yeah, we got one heck of a year, but it's hard. It is hard being a New York Jets fan. Please, let's make the playoffs. Just give me a playoff. I don't need anything substantial. I don't need to go to the Super Bowl. That would be nice. But please, oh please, Lord, give us a playoff win this year.
Oh yeah.
Let's go, Aaron Rodgers.
Was there a chant? But is there like a I know like the Eagles guy like fly Eagles fly.
Oh, how about Jets, 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 Jets? Yes, of course we got our
Ooh.
chance. Anyways, you said that you had a little clip for us about the Jets.
Yes. Let me go ahead and uh, play this real quick.
Shame on a Texan, but okay.
This I'll preface this. This is a clip from the Hard Knocks is this season, and Jets happen to be featured for this season. And there's this guy right here in the suit. He's supposed to be a mentalist. It's basically a magician. And we'll play this clip here.
Do you see the Jets playing in this year's Super Bowl? Say it. 49ers. 49ers. And I'm putting you on the spot here. We're going to win. We know we're going to win. What's the final score going to be?
31-21.
Yeah? Because when all the pieces come together in a season, it can be absolute perfection, folks. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the Jets and the 49ers. 31-21.
That's crazy. Hey,
Boom.
that's crazy.
Oh
do you see the
man, yeah. So you need to watch the rest of that segment because that dude was, yeah, the magician was pulling out some crazy tricks. It was good entertainment for the team during training camp. I think because Robert Saleh, your guys' head coach, was the 49ers defensive coordinator, and they would do things like that with the 49ers. They would like invite the Navy SEALs. They would actually do a training day with the Navy SEALs and things like that. But I don't think this year or the last two seasons the Niners haven't done anything like that. So maybe it was Saleh that basically had that idea. And he has a motto called "All gas, no brakes," and it's painted in the training facility. And that was the motto of the 49ers, all gas, no brakes. But I guess that was his little motto because 49ers doesn't say that anymore. Now it's the Jets. So yeah, I'm bullish on you guys. Big things. Hopefully you guys will break the playoff drought this year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. Well, I don't know what to think. I mean, talk about a dry spell. I don't even know what to say anymore. I say, let's see what happens, and well, let's just see what happens, man.
Yes.
Man, I feel like we become like the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah. Don't wanna do
But
that.
what about San Francisco 49ers? You guys got
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan as head coach. He's been what? Head
Yeah.
coach since 2017?
Yes. They say he's a genius, innovator of offense playmaking, and you kind of see other teams are copycatting. They say it's a copycat league. So yeah, you see certain plays, other teams that are running that Kyle ran.
Wait a
But
second, wait a second. I gotta stop you there because you had said Kyle Shanahan is gosh, you're darn genius. He's bona fide.
well, yeah, well, that's what they're saying. But
Hold on, I got a clip for that. Hold on.
oh,
Here we go. You gotta see this clip. You're gonna like this.
oh,
Yeah, that keeps on going.
yeah, they do make fun of him, the way his fillers, and yeah, it's like, okay, if you're a genius, why do you say a lot? So that's his thing. But
Well, I mean,
his work speaks louder.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show you a clip and to show how a dynasty is.
Oh, okay. Let's see this,
Freddie,
buddy.
I'm gonna come to you, and then as we're
Oh, dang it! Here we go.
Oh, there it is, right there. See, it's karma.
Man, it's life.
You show me.
Come
Show me,
on.
brother.
Joe was saying, Freddie, I'm gonna come to you, and then as we're breaking the huddle, he's like, Dwight, be ready.
Tom Landry is 6 yards away from his 6th Super Bowl. And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3. Montana looking, throwing in the end zone.
Yeah, pause that for a second.
Yeah.
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Man, he's the pizza guy, right? Hey, isn't he the pizza guy?
No, which? Oh my God! Do you have something?
Hold on.
You're setting me up.
Hold on, we got something for you here. Let's take a look. So I'm fairly certain he's a pizza guy. Here he is. Here we go.
Here, I'll stop sharing.
Let me pull this up here.
Oh,
Maybe it's a different Joe Montana.
Oh yeah. Oh man. There you go.
Yeah, right. That's it right there, isn't it? I'm fairly certain they actually got a.
Sometimes in football you go for 2. Sometimes in pizza you get 2 without even trying.
Oh no, wait,
Get
that's
a large
Peyton Manning.
one-topping pizza.
Anyways.
There you go. What's going on? Oh man.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Hey, you came prepared. I wasn't gonna go that way, but yeah, that's
No,
fine.
I mean, hey, listen, you have a dynasty.
I hope we do see each other in the Super Bowl. I mean,
Oh man.
That's
I tell you
crazy.
what, if that happens, I'll bet you a Bitcoin.
Oh. All right.
A Bitcoin. By then it will be what? $200,000, $300,000. Right?
Okay. Wait, okay. When hell freezes over or something.
Oh,
like that.
yes. Boom.
Yeah.
There it is.
I want to share, like, each franchise has like a super fan. I want to share 49ers is a super fan. This guy, his name is Banjo Man. And he's been a fan for like when his hair was brown. But yeah, Banjo Man, he's always there. I remember growing up watching the games, they would always show him. And there's also another guy, the Jets. And I remember this guy, they always, when I see the Jets on TV, they always show this guy. His name is Fireman Ed.
Fireman
And
Ed, yeah, of course, we know him,
yeah.
and he became very popular back in the day because of 9/11. That's
Okay.
when he was given season tickets because of all that he did for
Right.
9/11.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
way back in 2000, 2001.
Man.
Yeah.
And I remember him even before that. In the 90s. I think Fireman Ed even showed up as like in WWE. And yeah, so it's cool. It's cool to see the fandom. For me, I think I've grown as a fan. I used to be super emotional, but I think during like 2019, I got really more involved with the statistics and the analytics, and so un- understanding the teams, like the strength and weaknesses, and so now that leads me to be more like more of an educated fan, and not so much emotional fan. I mean, I still have emotions, and I run deep with my emotions do run deep. Like my dad, was a 49. That's how I became a 49er fan, because of my parents. Actually, both of them were diehards. And but yeah, I see like these. I have a Facebook page. I grew it. It was organically grown. There's like 30,000 followers in the group, and yeah, they're crazy. There's a lot of toxicity in there, but yeah, I feel like you're emotional because you're not educated, and sometimes you get into these crazy debates with each other, and yeah, I wouldn't even say debate. It gets really toxic. I had There's rules in my group, and I boot them out when they break those rules. But I feel like I've grown as a fan. I understand more of the team and the game, and like if they lose, I don't I don't get bummed out as much, because like I understand how they lose, how they lost, and why they lost. It's like not like a surprise type deal. So uh, I'm kind of proud of being that, because man, being super emotional, it gets I want to be like happy, not like sad and like angry and stuff. Like if I'm gonna
Yeah.
be emotional,
Well,
I want to be like woo yeah.
listen, I think that talking smack is part of it, but
Yeah.
you have to draw a line at some point. You know, like I joke around about Kyle Shanahan, but of course, the man is in where he needs to be. I mean, he is there for a very good reason. And there are going to be folks out there that are going to have those digs like the compilation. But I mean, come on. I feel like he's at the top of his game. I mean, he
Yeah.
wouldn't be where he is for as long as he has been if he wasn't.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
some of these folks just need to reel it back.
They need to reel it back. Yeah. Some people do debate like, is he a legit head coach? And some people feel like he's not. Just like with Robert Sala, like when he was a 49er defensive coordinator, people kind of looked at him as more of a leader of the team. He was the leader amongst men, but Shanahan was more, the play designer. And but yeah, he's promoted as a head coach, because if you're not the head coach, you're going to be gone, and someone's going to make him a head coach on another team. So yeah, I mean, he might not be the leader amongst men, but he is a leader, and he is a genius of a play caller.
Well, and I mean, listen, he's got a strong support team, right? Chris Forster is a offensive line and a run game coordinator, and Steve Wilkes as a defense coordinator.
Yes,
Um, these guys come with a lot of years and a lot
I
of
agree.
experience.
Right.
So you need that. You need to be surrounded with a strong coordinating team. Period.
No,
Strong
definitely.
coaching staff. Got to have it.
You got to have it. Yeah. Like Robert Sala, he became the head coach of the Jets, um, and then his predecessor, it was who took over was D'Amico Ryans. He was our defensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach of the Houston Texans, and another coordinator became the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. He was a coordinator with the 49ers. So yeah, there's a lot of pedigree coming out of the Niners.
Yeah.
And yeah, it bodes well. But really, at the end of the day, we need to get that ring. So we're in the quest for 6.
Yeah, I'll take a playoff, but I'll take a ring too.
Yeah.
maybe this is the beginning of a dynasty. Aaron Rodgers will be the oldest man ever to win his 6th ring.
Hey, that'd be awesome. Hey,
sounds like science fiction.
Yeah, he's more mobile than the other guy, your favorite guy, Mr. TB12.
Oh, the little girl. Yeah. Yeah. Well, girls. I mean, if they want to continue to play into football, it's fine. But girls like that got to watch out. They're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Especially at his age or her age. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, he's retired for real now. So.
Yeah. Right. Sure. Just like Aaron Rodgers. Oh wait. Sorry. I mean, scratch that. Or like Brett Favre. Oh wait. Or like Wayne Gretzky. Oh wait. Sorry. I'm sure one of them. I don't know. But super fans. You were talking about super fans. You had a super fan you wanted to bring up.
Well, that was it. The super fan.
Well,
it was.
I got one. I got one right here. Super fan. He is the super fan.
Oh,
and we know that you see this here.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the young Rodgers.
Discount double check.
Every time you see me, you say that. Don't you say anything else?
Let me think.
Discount double check.
Discount double check. Discount double check.
Talking about a fan. Man, he's even this guy's a real genius. Performing surgery with his cheese hat on.
Wow. And he coughed.
Oh, yes. Eddie coughed. Yes, that's right. But, hey, maybe he knows it doesn't matter. I don't know. Listen, I think it's all about what you guys are into, whether you're into Bitcoin, whether you're into Ethereum, whether you're into Litecoin. We're all fans of something. And to Brawn's point, we understand that there are tribal tendencies that we all have. Do us all a favor, reel it back a bit, be a little bit more civil within spaces, understand where the other teams are coming from time to time. We may not necessarily all agree and understand maybe even the direction in which the team and or project and or coin is going. But make sure you're doing your own research. Get involved. And don't be a bleep, about it. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Well, Brawnz, what do you say? Any last words for you tonight?
Stay bullish, everyone. Even though it's the bear market, I mean, just stay bullish. And football officially starts next week. Yeah,
stay bullish. Stay strong. Stay strong. And folks, don't be a bleep. That's all I gotta say. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. We'll be right back, folks. See you around. Peace.
Peace.